Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video, and we are going to talk about the next banners that are coming. So on the 18th, we have another 6-man fight coming. Now technically this was another mystery banner, they didn't tell us what it was. We highly suspected though it would be Reigns and Quistis, because that's what happened on the JP version of this fight, and we do now have confirmation that it is for sure Reigns and Quistis, because they did put them on the Chocobo panel mission. So this should be dropping on the 18th, but for like my time, it'll be the night of the 17th. So a few days after this video has gone out. So one disclaimer I'm going to say is I think there is still a chance the side characters could change, but I think that these ones might actually stay the same. Because, you know, I think they designed these characters to be boosted in specific for the 6-man fight. And when I looked at the side characters, I don't remember talking about these characters very recently. So I think that it will stay the same. I think this one has a better chance of staying the same, which is good because there is a very good side banner character you guys want to be looking out for. So first up, let's talk about the Reigns banner. On the Reigns banner for the side, we have Shulk and we have Arciela. Shulk, unfortunately, is kind of just an L right now. She's a damage dealer, and her specialty is that she can take a ton of turns. She can use her LD and like reset all of her skill uses. She's very unique that way, right? But she really doesn't fit Force Time. She's a character that does a ton of turns that are just a bunch of small little pokes. She doesn't do like big damage on turn. So she has like no use in the game right now. So do not worry about Shulk. Arciela is definitely solid and usable as a side character because she is a support healing type character. Her big thing is that she can do an HP cancellation on the enemy so that they can't do HP attacks. So that is really, really good. Her HP silence is very, very valuable. So Arciela is definitely like a solid character. I don't think you need to pull just for Arciela though, but if you get her, she definitely is a nice little side character you could have. And then we need to talk about Reigns. Reigns already had his BTFR. He's mainly just getting Echo here and some slight upgrades. But Reigns is still one of the better single target DPS characters in the game. So as a single target DPS character, he does have some value. I think Reigns, though, is going to be a little overshadowed by a character like Arciela, who basically has turned into her own version of Reigns, but has maybe a little bit more utility in other ways. But I am going to say this. So I'm going to say this, that the Reigns banner, like for Reigns, like being in your party, I don't think you need Reigns. And like, once again, we've had some crazy DPS characters come early. Reigns and Quistis, by the way, are also very early. They're like September characters, right? But I do think, you know, like with Astos coming, like you definitely don't need Reigns. The one thing I'm going to say though is if you don't have Reigns LD, his LD call is a must pull. So I would say this would be a great banner that if you just have tickets, to just hop in with tickets and get the Reigns LD. I think that I would highly recommend that everybody have Reigns LD in their box. I would say it's one of the top 3 best calls in the game. It's one of my most used calls in the game's history. You need to have the Reigns call, because the Reigns call, the way you use it is you have like a force time with a main DPS that's going into their burst phase, and you hit the Reigns call before going into burst phase, and his call effect will last the entire burst phase, and it guarantees you get launching during the entire burst phase. This is a great way to maximize damage on a force time, and this is why his force is so impactful. Not to mention his call also has turn manipulation, which is really valuable as well. So Reigns call is a must pull, but Reigns like BTFR is not. So I'm going to leave that up to you. I would say if you already have his LD, this banner is very skippable actually. Okay, and now let's go to the next side. So now we have Quistis, Freya, and Ida. Ida's only value is if you want to do the Idaroth cheese, but Ida as like a standalone DPS really isn't that great right now. But we did just get Sephiroth. If you want to do the Idaroth cheese, sure, you could go ahead and do that. But not something I recommend because it's not really fun, right? But then we have Freya. Freya, I would say, is a high-end, top-tier side character to pick up. Ridiculously good. She's basically like a mini version of Kayn, but she actually heals on her off turn, which actually in some ways is like better than Kayn. So she doesn't do as much damage as Kayn, but she heals off turn, which is insanely good. She's up in the air, so she can like dodge out on anything that's coming at her. She's going to be really good off turn, so she's really good to pair with somebody like Lightning or Aranea, who's going to steal a lot of turns. Freya's just going to sit up in the air and rain down spheres. Freya is definitely like a top tier side banner character, so she is worth like getting and building up. I love Freya. She is so good. Very good, excellent character to get. Definitely like one of the stars of these banners. So this is why I'm like hoping they don't change these, because I really want Freya to be there for you guys, because she is so good. So hopefully Freya is still there, even if they change some of the banner around. And then we have Quistis. Quistis is the ultimate queen of delay. So if you love delay strategies, you love no turning bosses, Quistis is the character for you. The thing that's so unique about Quistis is she can delay bosses that have framed turns. So normally when a boss has framed turns, you can't break delay them or delay them in any way. Quistis basically will bypass that, and she can always delay. Now she's getting FRBT, which is really nice. The thing that's cool about her BT is it makes her delay strat even better, because it's a stacking buff that stacks up to 5 stacks. And as long as the enemies aren't getting turns, every consecutive turn your team takes, you get a stack of that. And then it's going to reset the one if the enemies get turns. So the idea with their BT effect is you don't want the enemies taking turns. And what's really cool about it is it makes it so the entire party will delay on any attack they do. So it's absolutely ridiculous. As long as the fight will allow it, Quistis is the key to pretty much no boss turning any fight in the game if you like that strategy. Quistis is someone too, she has a lot of battery, so I kind of consider her a support character. So she's like a battery delay character. Her on-turn damage isn't the craziest, but her EX does really nice damage. It's going to have 7 HP dumps with her upgrade, and her EX charge is like lickety-split fast. Like every other turn, she can be popping that EX. And then you've got these really powerful delay buttons, like huge 3 to 4 turn delays, big AoE delays. Like she's kind of crazy. So Quistis is a character I would say she is kind of a niche character in that she's not a must pull. Like you don't have to have her. She definitely fits like that slot 3 mold. Now she could be like Yuffie, right? She could be a character like Yuffie that really surprises me, and she's doing like a 500 mil burst phase. On paper, I don't think she's going to be doing that, but maybe she'll surprise me. I haven't decided for myself. Like, I'm for sure going to go for her FR. I don't know if I'm going to go all out for the BT on her. She's a character I think that can work really nice just FR only. Doing her delays herself is very, very good. But having the BT and enabling the whole party to delay is kind of crazy, I'm not going to lie. So I would say, like, neither of these characters is a must summon, and especially if you're like low on resources, you gotta save for Astos. I believe Astos is the banner after this. But Quistis is a very nice, unique character to have in your box. I think she's kind of like, it's going to be kind of your choice on this one. She's not a must-have. She's also not like a throwaway, right? Like, she's very good. If you like what she's doing, you definitely could jump in and grab her. And as a bonus, like I said, if Freya's there, Freya is a really, really nice LD character. I think the only must-pull thing in these banners is Rain's LD. If you don't have Rain's LD, that is the one must-pull thing I think you need to get here. But everything else I think is skippable if you want to. But Quistis, I would not blame you if you want to grab her. She is a very cool character. And once again, she is like so unique. It's nice to have her in your box, because there could be a fight down the road where bosses don't let you delay and you want to delay. Quistis is your answer to that, right? So anyways, guys, let me know if you are going to pull or not. I think I'm at least going for Quistis FR. I don't think I'm going to go all in on the BT, but I definitely want to have some fun with her. I think she's going to be a good character. Let me know what you guys are going to do. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one.